What's up, guys? This is ComJak here, and today, or actually yesterday, we got beta 0.9. Now, before I go into the changes that have occurred, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my videos. So apparently there's been a loud buzzing in all my videos. I didn't know that, because I can't hear it for whatever reason. I don't think my speakers are high enough fidelity. But, I turned my fans off. I have a laptop cooling fan underneath it, and it's pretty big, and so I turned that off. Should improve the sound quality. So, let me know in the comments or something if you still hear it. There shouldn't be any noise. I'll be quiet for a few seconds just so you can hear it. That beeping is IRC if you can hear that. Okay, so beta 0.90. What do we got here? We've got a little lobby map made by yours truly, Jack Mayall. So not yours truly, Jack Mayall. And looks something like that. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just a really empty, small map such that you can load it quickly when you start the game instead of loading a huge map. It's got a little racetrack around it, but it's nothing special. Nice little model there. I don't expect you to be spending too much time here. I mean, unless driving in circles is kind of your thing, in which case I think something like F1 or something would be better for you. And this is not that big of a deal. So, let's get started in normal maps. You'll see immediately we have a campaign and a quick match. Now, for some reason, my version of the game is not letting me start a campaign. So I'm not going to be able to show you. What I can tell you is that a campaign is just a bunch of invasion maps strung together in a particular order. And you'll see something like a overworld map that shows all of the maps linked together. And it'll kind of show your trek throughout the continent, something like that. I can't show it to you, I apologize. Pasek and I are trying to figure it out. I don't know why. Other people have been playing campaign fine, it just seems to be my computer. So you'll be able to go in there and kind of take a peek. So, like I said, it's invasion, you know. You level up slower, you have rank restrictions on weapons, and actually what a new thing that is implemented is factions will use their weapons, their faction-specific weapons, so that you have Gray generally using kind of the Warsaw Pact weapons, and the Greens using the NATO, I guess, NATO weapons, like the M16, the G36, stuff like that. And that's new, so now when you're creating mods and stuff, you can actually go in there and tweak your armies so that they use different weapons rather than each other's, and kind of makes it all weird. So I'm going to start a quick match, which is the new, skirmish, which is the old style, the standard. And you'll see we've got a couple new maps. Insular Complex. Well, not really a new map. It's actually, if you guys remember, from 0.7 something, 7.8, something like that. It was a PvP only map as the winner of a competition that we had, little competition on the forums that we had to make a PvP map, and this one won. So it got remade. It took us quite a while to remake it, and is now released in full, and is now a King of the Hill style map, along with Wake Island, which is a very familiar map for most of you probably if you played Battlefield 2, maybe 3. I've never played Battlefield, so I don't know. But it's a pretty popular map, everyone knows it. It's also King of the Hill. So these new two maps are King of the Hill style, which means, please note, you need to turn on the brown faction to play them. Note that the play kind of button here is grayed out unless you turn on brown. So you have to do that on both of these maps. Any other one, you can have them all on and all off, whatever. Standard. But Insular Complex and Wake Island need to be 3 faction maps. I'm just gonna load up Insular Complex and give you a run through of what's happening. So King of the Hill, pretty standard. Hold the Browns base. The Browns will have a base to start, and Gray and Green will have uncapturable bases on either side. So let's whatever. Good enough. Let's go 100. So if I pull up the map, there's the green base, there's the brown base, and there's the gray base. The green and the gray bases are uncapturable, so there's no point in, taking a boat around back to the docks and trying to, capture them, but you can kind of prevent spawns, I think, if you kind of camp there and destroy their ComJak, which isn't in this one, but is in Wake Island. So there are some benefits to going around, but not really. You're generally going after the center brown camp. So the Browns are starting in the center. They have the hill, but they're not a faction, so them having the hill isn't a big deal, unless I mean, they won't win for holding it for 5 minutes, which is the standard time. Either green or gray has to capture it in order for the timer to start. Now, once you capture it, once one of the factions capture the power plant or the other base in Wake Island, an invisible timer, I believe, will start for 5 minutes, and you have to hold it 5 minutes without losing the base. So if they lose it, the timer gets reset, and you have to, yeah. So it's kind of different than most King of the Hills, where if the other, you just kind of take away from a timer. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm talking about, but you know, like if you got down to 3 minutes and Gray took it, and then you took it back, it would still be 3 minutes. It's not like that here. It's you know, if you lose it, it resets the timer for both factions, and you have to start all over. Whoopity-doo. So this map, Insular Complex, was made kind of as a PvP King of the Hill kind of map. So I mean, it plays perfectly fine with AI, no doubt about it. But it's also close enough quarters that pure PvP is something you can do, something you can think about. So this is the center area. It's kind of got a lot of stuff going on. But once you do capture it, holding on to it is a little easier because of all the defenses. So yeah, that's a little look at Insular Complex. You got, you know, your 2 armories, your other stashes. Not sure what you really need that for anymore, except maybe storing higher weapons, higher class weapons. And that's that. Let's take a look at Wake Island. Now you have to quit to main menu to change maps and everything. I'm not a fan of that, but that's the way it is. I mean, what you gonna do about it? So while we wait for the lobby map to load, it should be fairly fast. I don't know what's taking. There you go. So it'll load the lobby map, and then you can start a quick new quick match, and go to Wake Island. So remember to turn on all 3 factions and hit start. Yay! Do 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 do. Alrighty. I don't know what that -4 is. Okay, that's accuracy. Yep, start it. There you go. I'm pretty sure many of you guys know what this is immediately. It's Wake Island, classic map. So just like Insular Complex, you have the southeast greens and the northeast grays, and you fight over the airfield, which is held by the Browns, who will fight you and the grays, or greens, depending on what team you are. And you have to capture that and then hold it for 5 minutes. Yeah, not that easy. Not that easy. I know back a while ago when we were beta testing it, or not beta test, we were testing it, it was virtually impossible to do it by yourself. Like, if right now I probably couldn't take over airfield. I don't know if they've changed anything now before the actual release right today, but I know that it was a pain in the ass. The Browns could hold it pretty damn well. There's a couple of boats you can go around the back, kind of, you know, backdoor them a little bit. There's tanks, there's jeeps. I don't think there's an APC, but you're going to need all your resources to capture the middle and hold it. So same idea, same thing. I'm going to get to an armory and show you some of the new weapons. I'm actually holding one right now. It's the Spas 12. There's a little bug. Actually, Jack forgot about it because I told him like 10 times to freaking change it, but right now the Spas is using the Mossberg 500 model instead of the Spas metal model. There's a little bug. So yeah, there's a ComJak here. The Spas is just it's meant for the NATO kind of shotgun, but it's pretty balanced. So we've got a couple of new things. We've got the QCW, which is a Chinese weapon, silent submachine gun. Yes, I can't buy it, thank God. 50 round magazine, pretty inaccurate, not very useful at range, but close quarters, pretty deadly. Just like the MP5, just pretty much exactly what you'd expect. So there it is. and the spas was the other one. I believe that's it. So new thing, the vest, you'll see vest type 2. I don't actually have enough RP to buy it. But the vest type 2, what it does is it will slow you down by 15%. I'm not wearing it so you can't tell, but it'll slow you down by 15%, and it will absorb the first hit. So the first lethal bullet that hits you, bullet that would have been lethal, is rendered non-lethal. So it basically never happens. You won't even know that you got hit. The second lethal bullet after the first one will stun you, similar to a flashbang. So you'll be knocked on your ass, and you'll just kind of lay there for a little bit. But you'll be able to get back up and back into the fight without much problem. So you won't need an assistant. Oh shit, that's crazy. You won't need any assistance from a medic or anything. The third lethal shot, you will be on the ground, you'll be able to crawl around, and you'll be able to call for a medic. And after that, you just die. So now the vests are really, really useful. The price has been bumped up a bit. It's 50 RP each. And it should be a game changer, I believe, now. So you should start investing in some bulletproof vests, because they're damn useful now. Last change I can think of and I want to talk about is the shield, the riot shield. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, not that useful back in the day. No one really used it properly. They just kind of walked around and laughed at other people using it, like, alright, I'm just gonna knife you anyways. Now the bulletproof shield, it acts as a one-way cover. So if I'm holding a shield, if I can find one, and I'm crouched there or I'm just standing there, a friendly behind me could shoot through my shield towards the enemy. That basically makes it infinitely more useful than before, because before you basically just covered up your friendlies, your allies' fire, so it was damn useless. Now you can shoot through it, and you get XP bonuses for doing so. I'm not sure if I can really show you anything. I mean, you're just going to see me walking around with it. But yeah, it works the same as always, and if I do something like that, and the guy behind me, Sir Benjamin Butler, if he starts shooting at the towel, it'll actually go through my shield rather than just bouncing off. So yes, that is all the major changes, the important changes, gameplay changes that I can think of for Running with the Rifles 0.9. Hope this video has helped, and thank you for watching, and have a good night.